Hi y'all! Yes, I know it's been forever since I made a video, and in a lot of ways, today is the weirdest day to start making a video vlog again, because today was finally the first day of rehearsal for the transfer of Schism at the Park Theater. And for those of you that don't know, Schism really is a play that I've been working on for about 12 years. It's really personal to me, and it took me a long time to write a play about two people in a unhealthy relationship, because it took me a while to name it and to know what was being asked of me in my own relationships as a woman with a disability. And then it took me even longer to figure out not just how to name it, but how to put it into a story, and how to make a emotionally unavailable relationship active, and a story that you wanted to see rather than a poem or a song or pretty words strung together. And the way I did this, because this is a deeply feminist play. Those of you who know my work know that I'm a spokeswoman for the Women's Equality Party, and I can't help but be a feminist. The way I did what I wanted to achieve was I actually ended up giving the play a male narrator. So I wrote a feminist play with a male narrator, and that's really weird, and it's something that my director, past readers, my director of the first production, myself, teachers, really struggled to see, and myself really struggled to see how you can write a feminist play with a male narrator. And the reason why I chose to do this is it was a play, it is a story that, if it was delivered by the female character, Catherine, who is the character that I play, we would be fascinated with how inspirational she is, and we as an audience would assume to know what this story was about, and we would assume to know that Schism is about a woman overcoming her disability to follow her dream to become an architect. And it's not about that. It's about a woman overcoming a relationship to wake up to herself and her place in the world. The biggest disabling obstacle for Catherine isn't cerebral palsy. It isn't even what other people think about her cerebral palsy. The biggest obstacle to Catherine achieving her objective is the man she has fallen in love with. And in order to see that twist, we had to look through Harrison's eyes, because we had to see how he twists the story around to make it about him and not how Catherine can tell the story honestly. And I want to stick on this for a while because I think women, all of us, but particularly women, I think, are taught to please other people and to make other people happy and to place our value in whether or not we are seen, whether or not we can please people, whether or not we can be that ideal that society, not just men, society wants us to be. And for all of us, not just Catherine, but all of us, I think the desire to make people happy, not to make them joyful, but to please other people, it's selfish, and it's disingenuous. And not only that, I say this as a disabled woman, I believe it is disabling. And to look at the story of Catherine through the eyes of someone who is not happy about his story, and that it is Harrison, and who is trying to co-opt this narrative and to make it about himself, gives a huge commentary about how we see women. Because of course nobody's value is defined by what other people think of them. Their value is innate. Their value is God-given, if you believe in God, or universe-given. Their value is being authentically themselves, not just who other people want them to be. And yes, it must be hugely frustrating for a man to see a woman who placed their value once in making him happy, to be out in the world and successful and herself. But I think that is what we all are called to do. And unless we do it purposefully, we will get caught up in pleasing other people rather than living the lives that we could be living as great individuals ourselves. So, briefly, that's it. I'm sure I'll have a lot more to say about male narrators and female gazes and all that, but that's where we're at today. That's all I've got for you. Remember, you are loved, you are precious, and you contain multitudes. Bye.